Storytime closet. This happened years ago, but recently the terror of it all has come back to haunt me. Years ago when I was 6 or 7 I woke up to a man in my room. He wasn't mean or scary to me, so we sat and talked, played, really just hung out. I eventually fell asleep, and when I woke up he was gone. I vividly remember telling my mom all about him the next morning, and I think she figured it was just an imaginary friend. The thing is, because my mom didn't panic and was actually really supportive of my friendship with him, I never thought there was anything wrong with it. The very next night, I felt someone sitting on my bed, and when I opened my eyes, it was him. Thinking about it now, I really should have freaked out. Instead, I was really happy to see him, and we spent the night playing and talking. At some point I must have gotten sleepy because I remember him tucking me in, and before he left he told me his name was Mr. Chuckles. This went on for weeks. Every night I would just wake up to him in my room. Mr. Chuckles would even take me out on what he called night trips to places like the park and the beach. I thought it was amazing because I had the whole place to myself, and we would always go to his house after. That's when he would give me a bath and make sure I was all clean before bringing me back to my room. I started to show signs of being really tired in school, and eventually it was brought to my mom's attention. When she asked me why I was so tired, I told her about all of the fun Mr. Chuckles and I were having when I should have been sleeping. Again, my mom was super supportive of my friendship with Mr. Chuckles, but she explained we had to have fun during the day. That is where everything went wrong. That night when I woke up to Mr. Chuckles in my room, I told him what my mom said. I had never seen him angry before, but all of a sudden I was terrified. I remember him putting his hand over my nose and mouth, and I remember screaming. For the longest time, I didn't know how, but before my mom got to my room Mr. Chuckles was gone, and my window was open. I was crying uncontrollably, and still terrified while I explained what happened to my mom. It was at that moment I watched all of the color drain from her face as she spotted the open window. Afterwards I slept in the room with my mom every single night until we moved. Fast forward to today, and I've been home from college for a long weekend. I was looking at a picture I had just taken when I noticed something that immediately put my stomach in knots. There in my camera roll was a picture of me sleeping. I stared in absolute horror as I noticed a very familiar arm was reaching under my pillow in the picture. When I checked that spot there was a note: "I'm so glad you're home. I've missed you. Cuddles, Mr. Chuckles." As soon as I saw his name this memory came flooding back. That night everything went wrong. I knew Mr. Chuckles was in there, but I never told my mom he was in the closet.